Hey girl,
Hey girl, hey.
can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can. I think we are live too. Happy New Year.
Okay. Happy New Year, ma'am. 2022. Can you believe it?
You know what? I really can't. I was so, I don't know. I think maybe, not that I was fearful,
Uh-huh.
but there honestly was this part of me because people were saying Happy New Year
Mm-hmm.
like at 10 o'clock, like 10 last night. And I'm thinking to myself, like I'm claiming this in Jesus'
Yeah.
name. But
Wait,
It
when you
is
had
not
text me.
midnight. We are not officially in 2022, 2022.
Exactly.
And I was like, Jesus, please, okay, I'm really praying that those that are saying Happy New Year to me
That we
now
made exactly.
and who I'm saying it back to,
Uh-huh.
that we are legit going to be in this
And this
world
exactly.
in 2022. So
Because you know what,
I
when you
was
text me, it was probably like 10 minutes till, and you were like, hey, Happy New Year's, Easter Standard Time. I'm like, hey.
right. Because I was thinking about like, okay, wait. So technically, I'm in the new year.
And I was in yesterday. Wait, after church, girl, I was hungry. My grandbaby was hungry, and the only place I could find open was Taco Bell. I was in line. I know a good 20 minutes. I said it's gonna be next year by the time I get my.
Oh, that's terrible. That is
Yeah,
terrible.
but they were good. Shout outs to Taco Bell for running an operation of 3 people, and they had about 20 cars in the drive-through, and they were closed on the inside. So yeah.
Ah, yeah, I did see your text of something to the effect of it's going to be 2022 or we'll
By
be
the
in the
time,
new year.
yes.
2022. I was like, oh gosh. Oh gosh. But anyway, Happy New Year to all the
Yes,
folks. Happy New Year to everybody who with us has made it to 2022.
absolutely. Can you believe it? It seems like the past almost 2 years has been a blur.
Yeah, it's like you
Uh,
kind of want to teeter totter, like, okay, wait,
exactly,
I think I'm excited.
exactly,
I don't really know. I think I'm
exactly.
excited, but I don't really
The
know the way the new years
anticipation.
are rolling around. Right. Like, I think I'm excited about the new year. However,
Exactly. I think we are being optimistic and um yeah, I think we're all just being pretty optimistic at this particular time. But hey, we are here. Thank you, Jesus.
right, right. So let's talk about why we're here.
Okay.
What are some of what because I think we always set these new year resolutions,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
I'll ask this. What are some of your new year resolutions each year?
Well, I no longer make New Year's resolutions. I no longer do that. I think I stopped several years ago, and so of course, going back to that time when I did make the resolution, that number one, it was always to lose weight, always. So I'd go to Planet Fitness, give them my dollar, and pay $10, for a month. Girl, come June 15th, I'm like, you know what? I have not did anything but just gave them $10 free money for at least 6 months of the year. So what I do, I actually call it making a difference.
I like
Um,
that. I like that.
because I think it's more, and again, it's just myself. And I also think even with the word New Year's resolutions, it's a mindset thing. And so
Yeah.
when I say, you know what, I'm going to make a difference, it's much easier to attain that type of quote unquote goal, if you will.
Hmm.
So, what I've done in the past, like I stated, is making a difference. And so for this year, making a difference with myself is being effective. I want to be effective and necessary in everything that I do. My yes is my yes and my no is my no.
I like that. I like that. So I think you're definitely right. There is absolutely a difference between New Year resolutions,
Hmm.
which, listen, honestly, after January, beginning of February, most of the time,
Yeah.
we're done with these
Hmm.
resolutions. So I like the way that you worded it, that you're making a difference.
Making a difference.
Making a difference. So, all right. So to those who are tuned in, do you have a word, like an action word for 2022? Missy, do you have a word of the year?
I do. Effective.
Okay. Okay. So
Yes.
I so my
And
word
yourself?
my word for this year
Hmm.
is, and actually it's two words.
Okay.
It is actively consistent. And I
Wow.
say and I say actively consistent
Hmm.
because sometimes I start out saying I'm going to be consistent, but
Yeah.
when I'm not intentional,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? And I'm not
Yeah.
active with that
Hmm.
pursuit, I'm not as consistent as
Exactly.
I'd like to be. So being actively consistent throughout
Mhm.
the year, throughout 2022,
Yeah.
um, is my word, or my word
Wonderful.
of the year. So Shira said
Wonderful.
her word is self-care.
Self
Okay, I like
care.
that one.
Yes to the
I
self
like that one.
care. And
Anyone
good
else?
afternoon to the ones that are joining us right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So Shira says self-care. So tell us, what is your word or your words of the year?
Let me ask you this. Did
Mhm.
you have a word last year?
I did.
Okay.
Did.
Okay.
My word last year was intentional.
Okay. Okay.
It
Okay.
was intentional
Okay.
because I think my words kind of are going together
Mhm.
somewhat, because I know those have been areas in my life in which I have not done the greatest job, even when it
Okay.
comes to um, just reaching out to people that I really really rock with, um, showing up for friends, family, on things that matter.
Mhm.
So being intentional
Yeah.
last year was really important to me.
Yeah.
Like making the priority. So
Absolutely.
not just saying, "Oh, you know what? I was thinking about you." Like, when you
Mhm.
see somebody and you haven't seen them in a while,
Mhm.
and it's like, "You know what? I was just thinking
Just
about you
thinking
the other
exactly.
day."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, "Well, heifer, why
Yeah.
didn't you call me the other
Yeah.
day?" Right? Or tell such and such I said hi. You have my number, right?
Yeah.
And so being more intentional about, um like just following up. Like if somebody's
Mhm.
on my mind, then making the time to actually talk to that person, to call
Mhm.
them.
Exactly.
E-
Yeah.
Even if it's just to say a quick, "Hey,
Yes.
you just, you were on my mind,
Mhm.
and I just wanted to say hello."
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
um, so actively consistent
Mhm.
for
Yeah. Well, you
2022.
can even take that word, last year's word, into the new year with you. Mine was transformation.
Hmm.
And that was probably one word that I do believe, with everything that took place in my life last year, that I truly, truly realized that that was like my word. That was my foundational word last year. And there was a lot of things that transformed from myself. And I transformed with it.
Hmm. I like it. I like it. So we know that we have an event or several events coming
Yes,
up,
we do.
right? And
We do.
so I think we wanted to just take a little time to talk about vision and goals and the
Mhm. Mhm.
importance of those. Missy, what are your thoughts on vision, and like what
Wow.
vision even means?
You know what? It is very, very important. Very important, because I think a lot of times, because we are flesh, because we are human, right? That if we see it, it's there and we can remember it. but if we don't see it, out of sight, out of mind type deal. I know yesterday, when you and I were just talking and we, are meeting and having our meetings about, what's to come. And you and I talked about it because, of course, around this time of year, we always hear that scripture, write the vision and make it plain. And you and I
Yep.
were talking about that. But I said, but everybody fails to say the next verse that comes after it, or really the word that's in it, and it's run.
Right. Right.
Like I can write the vision and make it plain all day long, and that's all I've done. I have just written a vision,
hmm
which
hmm
really, if you don't put action behind it, it's really just a dream.
Right. But you know what? I think here's the thing. I think a lot of us don't even get to the part of writing the
Right,
vision.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
We think of it.
Mhm.
We're
Mhm.
dreamers.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're absolutely dreamers, and we dream
Mhm.
of doing the things, but we don't write anything down.
Exactly.
And if
Exactly.
and if I'm legit being honest, I would have to say I have been in that category,
Mhm.
because even now the man manager,
Mhm.
if we're talking about something and I'm, just kind of, he's picking my brain about something maybe that we have going on, the one of the first things he will ask after he's asked several questions is, did you write it down?
Yeah.
And it pisses me,
Does it?
oh my gosh, because I'm just going right, because
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I see this and da 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 da. He'll always say, did you write it down?
Did you write it down?
Excuse
Yeah.
me, sir. Yes, actually, now I've started writing
Mhm.
it down, but I think so many times we have all the things going through our mind, and
Exactly.
we we are thinking of things,
Mhm.
but there's not write the vision, make it plain, right?
Mhm.
And
Yes.
so now I have I'll show you. I have like all of these little notebooks around our house.
Uh-huh.
I'm constantly trying to make sure, okay, so if you and I are having a conversation, I'm writing down what we're
Mhm.
talking about
Yeah.
or what
Exactly.
our next plans are.
Mhm.
And so yeah, we have to write it.
Yes, we
We
do.
definitely have to
We do.
write it.
Because you know what? When you write it down, it holds yourself accountable. You're
Yeah.
holding yourself accountable. I mean, I have the white eraser board in my office. Then I have, of course, the calendars. Then I have journals and I have notebooks by my bed, with the pen. And so if something comes to me in the middle of the night, I'm writing it down. And so I'm being ready. I am being intentional and being ready with the vision or visions.
Right. Right. So, okay, so people don't know this, but one of my 2022 goals
Uh-huh.
is I'm venturing into some different arenas.
Okay.
And I joke with him all the time, but
Uh-huh.
Tico
Hey,
Blaine,
Tico.
hey, he just tuned in, and I told him, I was like, hey, I said, low key, I said, you're my new mentor. You may not know it and you may not
Yes.
agree, but I said, I'm gonna keep harassing you until you agree to
Agree
be
to
my
exactly.
mentor, right? But I would say once upon a time, I would never I would never be the one to just reach out even to someone,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Because the particular venture that he's in and I'm looking to get into, it was in my head, but I
Mhm.
had not
Mhm.
written it down.
Hadn't written it exactly.
Right. So I would say probably 6 to 12 months prior, it was
Mhm.
just something that was here that I never really wrote down
Yeah.
to take it a step further.
Mhm.
And it honestly was by happenstance that I ended up getting, kind of slightly into it, which is things dealing with real estate, right?
Mhm.
And I got into it, I would say by happenstance,
Mhm.
which then led to learning more and more
Exactly.
about it. And so then I was writing things down, and I would always see Tico
Mm-hmm.
on social media, and he was posting about different stuff. And I kept saying, you know what? I'm gonna reach out to him. I'm gonna reach out to him.
Yeah.
And at first I didn't want to, because we just I think we're afraid.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think we're afraid. And I just did it one night. I legit just put my thumbs to
To action, yes. Close your eyes and hit send.
yes, I put my thumbs to action,
Mm-hmm.
and reached out to him to see if he was familiar with what I needed help with,
Mm-hmm.
and he was. And I thought, like, wow, you know what? If I never number one, if I never would have wrote it down,
Absolutely.
and if I would have continued to be fearful,
Mm-hmm.
um with moving forward in the goal, it
Yeah.
never would have happened.
Exactly.
It
And Tico
never-
just said it in the comment section, is do it scared. And that's really what it's about.
Absolutely.
Because if we don't do it, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 months, a new year, has transpired. And really your dreams have now expired because you have not did it. And I think that's the one thing that holds us back, even from something as doing something as simple as creating a vision board, because we self
Mhm.
sabotage ourselves before we
Mhm.
even do it.
Right.
Like I always tell people, and I even have to remind myself and coach myself through this. The worst thing that I can do is not do it. And the worst thing that I can do when I do it and the response I can get back from someone is no. But guess what? I
Right.
still celebrate that win because I've done it. And I think this, again, I keep talking about this pandemic. I think we have learned how to pivot during this pandemic. It has not been all bad. It
Mhm.
has been inconvenient, but it has
Right.
not been all bad. And I think a lot of times, if you do not tap in, because there's a lesson out of everything that happens in life. And so again, it's learning how to pivot and be making yourself available to pivot
Mhm.
and wanting to pivot. Like you made yourself available to send that message to Tico, and he made himself available to respond to you. And like there
Absolutely.
was the only thing that you could have wasted was time. And Chico would not have known that you were interested or had a question, excuse me, about real estate, and he
Mhm.
did it. You did it
Right.
and he did it.
Right. Right. And I think the other thing is, a lot of times we are afraid that even if we step out into something,
Hmm.
um, people are going to be selfish with knowledge.
Oh, mercy. Yeah.
And there's some truth to that.
Hmm.
There's absolutely truth.
Yeah.
However, that's not always the case.
Hmm. But if I can, I just piggyback just a tad bit off of that, is that we say that and we can say it comfortably because we see it all the time.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So I think, even as we're talking about, at this point, the fears we have with
Hmm.
vision and goal, right? So
Hmm.
let's take it past the new year resolutions. We trashed that. We trashed
Exactly.
that years ago, because those joints don't last, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
um Tico said no stingy energy in 2022. Kudos, I'm telling you.
Wait, and you know what?
I
Let me
love
give a
it.
shout out to Tico real quick. I'm gonna tell you something. I sat in front of Tico yesterday at Watch Night Service, and
Really?
I'm pretty sure Tico, I apologize. I apologize publicly
Was
to
you
you
in
right
church
now,
clowning? You was in church
huh?
clowning. I said, was you in church clowning?
Honey, the word Jesus is all I can say. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And I'm sure Tico could have been like, if she don't sit down. But it was just so, Tico, my brother, I apologize to you openly. Up and down, up and down, up and down. But I always tell people maybe I need to sit in the balcony and just have that's my area. I claim it, whatever the case may be. But yeah, but it's all in fun.
Yeah. So now that we have trashed the concept of New Year resolution, because they don't work, they don't work. Tickle.
Wait, somebody Chico said I couldn't see past her, but it's all good. Oh mercy.
See, for those who don't know, there are some funny things that go on in church. Like,
Oh honey. Wait, and then a mutual friend of ours sits in front of me, and I'm like, you know what? I think next time I'm just gonna have to sit maybe on the other side. I keep hitting her ponytail. Yeah, so
oh
but
wow,
it's all good. It's all
oh
good.
wow. Rhonda just said, I was told nobody knows what you need or want unless you ask. That's right.
Absolutely.
Closed mouths never
Does
get
not
fed.
get fed.
They
And I always tell people I love to eat, so I'm going to ask those questions.
Right, right. So we trashed the concept of a New Year resolution, and we're talking about goals.
Mhm.
Here's what I found. Not
What did you
everyone,
find out?
not everyone even knows what a vision board
Mhm.
is.
Mhm.
People don't know what a vision board is. And so we want to make sure you understand
Yeah.
what a vision board is, right? And so as we are talking about our goal, and
Mhm.
Missy, as you said, we have to write that vision and make it
Absolutely.
plain.
Mhm.
So that's what your vision board is for. So the vision board is where you are writing out all the things for the coming year. In this
Mhm.
case, we're talking about 2022.
Yes.
I started out last night with one of my goals, right?
Okay.
My cousin, hey Desmond. Um, and I put out there into
Mhm.
the universe that I want to take a girls trip abroad.
Yes.
I
Passport
want to take
ready.
right, right. And that's one of the things that is on
Mhm.
my list of goals for the year.
Mhm.
So I had to write it down, and
Mhm.
then I had to take an action step towards making it happen. Now, let's back up a minute, because I think a lot of us, even when we write down our
Mhm.
goals and our vision for the year, there are still a lot of challenges that come about that keep us from,
Mhm.
right, like writing it down and
Mhm.
actually moving forward.
Mhm.
And I would say, even last night, it was big of me to just say that
Mhm.
on social media.
Really?
It was, because
Really?
here is my challenge, and and I'm sure it's just me.
Uh-huh.
I know it's just me. I have never taken a um, girls trip
Okay.
abroad. Number
Okay.
one.
Mhm.
Number two, I have never taken an extensive girl trip. Period.
Okay.
Right? Because you know in my mind, there's
Mhm.
always been this thought of, hmm, I don't know if I'm gonna like you well enough to
Yeah.
go that far with you,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? However, in working through, and I think we talked about this on one of the podcast
Mhm.
episodes regarding women being able to work together, right? And women being able to
Absolutely.
fellowship, and trashing the concept that um that women can't work together
Mhm.
and women can't support each other.
When excellent, exactly.
And so I find that even moving forward, there's still sometimes that little monkey on
The
my back
apprehend mhm.
that says, maybe you shouldn't say that, or, well, what if the what ifs,
Yeah. Yeah.
the what ifs set in.
Mhm.
And so I thought, okay, nope. I said this is what I want to
Mhm.
do, and I said I wanted to do it with girlfriends. We don't have to be besties,
Yeah.
and it doesn't mean we can't um support, and we can't have fun, and we
Mhm.
can't agree or come together collectively as women,
Exactly.
right? And
Exactly.
so I thought, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out here
Hmm.
and just see what happens.
And I saw that. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, yeah,
me. Hey,
yeah,
Rita. Happy New
yeah.
Year.
Rita said it's on my goal list to take a girls trip. I was also hesitant in trying to decide who
Hmm.
could go. See, yep, that
Hmm.
right there. And but here's the thing, Rita. Here's what I wanted to get away from. I personally, because of different fears, would automatically discredit or not allow maybe certain people.
Hmm.
However, I think we sometimes we miss out on what could be really
Hmm.
positive experiences. Um,
Absolutely. And
when we limit
yeah,
ourselves,
go ahead.
when we
Hmm.
limit ourselves. Um, let's read what Desmond. That's the difference with men and women. We learn who we like in situations, deal with it, and keep it moving. Keep it moving if it's positive or negative. You all overthink, Desmond. Listen, don't come on here. Don't come on here and starting trouble. Don't come on here starting trouble.
It's too early in the year, right?
Right,
For that.
right.
But I
However,
commend
that's
you
the
for that.
truth. Go ahead, Mitzi.
No, I was just gonna say I commend you for doing that, for putting yourself out there. And I mean, and one thing I think with goals we have to realize, it's nothing too big or nothing too small. Like even if
Mhm.
it's something as simple as, you know what, I'm going to get up 30 minutes early just to have some quiet time. And
Right,
that's a huge step for some people. So
right.
like for myself, my goal, just something as simple as, so in regards to the self-care, I decided I am going to have a weekend stay at a hotel. It has to be a 5 star, a really nice hotel, because I invested in myself last year. I went to Tampa in
Hmm.
December. And when I tell you the experience that I had, because I invested in myself, I believed in myself, and I poured in myself. The hotel that we stayed in was absolutely phenomenal. And so I said, I'm going to continue that routine every quarter. So I've already booked 4 hotels for the year of 2022, within driving distance, and just something just to have some time for me. And that
Hmm.
doesn't mean that I have to go out when I'm there, go shopping or whatever the case may be, just to take that time for a breather. And now for myself, that was a big step because the one thing that would have stopped me was the money part of it. Like, oh my gosh, I'm spending, X amount of dollars just for this. And I mean, I can stay at home for this amount of
Hmm.
money. But
Hmm.
it's a goal and it's attainable. And I know it's attainable because I did it last year and
Right.
did not know what I was getting myself into. And not saying that in a negative way, but it was the uncertainty of when I arrived because I knew nobody there.
Yeah. I definitely get it from that point. So guys, what are some reasons um even for those of you that are tuning in now and even for those that may tune in later, what are some reasons you don't go towards the goals? What are some reasons? I know Missy, what was one of the things we were saying was that we allow other people to talk us out of it.
Oh, absolutely. Because you know what? It might sound weird to them. Well, you've never done that before. Why you want to do that? I could have easily maybe even said something to you about the trip. Girl, why you want to do that? You don't know half these people that's going to sign up for it. We're still in the midst of a pandemic because everybody's fully vaccinated and booster. I mean, so it's a
Yeah.
lot of those negativities that can come in our ear. And it's unfortunate, excuse me, it's unfortunate that we allow it because it's comfortable for us. Let's just admit, all of us are comfortable in operating in some type of negativity and or chaos.
Right.
And the reason why is because we're used to it. We all have the blueprint or the manual or the instructions or the directions and how to navigate. But, and Desmond just stated, fear of unexpected failure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I uh, I definitely agree. So we want you guys to tell us Fear. Ooh. I like that. Desmond said, he said fear of unexpected failure. And then let's see. Okay, Shira, that's a good one too. Lack of discipline and fear of the unknown. That fear of the unknown and fear of unexpected failure, I think both of those tie in together. They absolutely tie in together. Because we don't like the unknown. We don't
No, we
like
do
the
not.
unknown. And most of us, even though we don't want to admit it, like Desmond said, we have a fear of failure.
Mm-hmm.
We have an absolute fear of failure. Um, and then I think the other thing is, I think sometimes we fear that it just might work.
And so now what happens now that you said that, because it works, now I have to
Like,
operate
like,
in
oh my
success.
gosh.
I have to
Yeah.
operate and like it really does work. You
Hmm.
would have not known unless you've done it. And so I think I've said this to you many times just in conversation. I am no longer going to keep holding myself back. I've
Right.
wasted so much time, unfortunately, that we can't get back. Time is costly, but it's also valuable.
Right.
And we have to start realizing what time truly is.
Right. 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 Um, Miss Carolyn, she said, we have not seen it work in our collective circles. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
so we think it won't work. That's a
Oh,
good
can
one
I say
too.
something about that? I don't mean to cut you off
Go ahead.
because I
Go
think this is probably on our content for the year of 22. But what's also wrong with changing your circle?
that part. That part. Or can we be the one in our circle that's the trendsetter?
Yeah.
But again, I think it goes back to what
Excuse me.
both Desmond and Shira said.
Hmm.
Just that if that unexpected fear of unexpected failure, um,
Hmm.
the fear of the unknown, right?
Exactly. What does it
Because
look like?
because if we've not seen it in our circle
Yeah.
before, then it's like, I don't
I don't know
know.
about this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that'll
Hmm.
work.
Hmm.
Um, and so, and then Desmond said, and then when we see that it's working, we don't know how to handle
How
it.
to handle it. Hmm.
Absolutely. Because
Hmm.
then we're overwhelmed because we didn't do our due diligence on the goals.
What if exactly? Yeah. Hmm.
Because we say a lot of stuff. We
Hmm. That
say
sounds
the
good.
things, right? It sounds good, but
Hmm.
then we don't do the work of the vision board, what that entails with
Hmm.
our goals, and then setting a path, right?
Exactly.
Setting the path of how am I going to reach these goals?
Hmm.
And y'all, that's what vision board parties are for. That's 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 what it's for.
Yeah.
It's to not just have a goal that's just kind of somewhere out in oblivion,
Hmm.
but to put it down on paper and have the graphics or the
That's
picture,
your blueprint. Yes.
your blueprint,
Your
so that
blueprint.
it is ever before you.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know, so that you
Yeah.
can take a picture of it. You can
Hmm.
have it in your home. You can have it on your phone.
Hmm.
And you can constantly keep looking back and saying, okay, here is what I said at the beginning of the year.
That is right.
Here,
You know what? I keep mine right in front of me. I put
mm-hmm,
mine right on the wall.
mm-hmm,
And so where my office is at and how my desk sits, and that was I done that to be intentional because I wanted to see it.
mm-hmm,
Whether it's the big goal or the biggest one or the smallest one. But
mm-hmm.
I had to hold myself accountable with that. And I had to see it.
Right, right, right. And so I think now I have like this board, kind of like you, but mine is black. So I have this board in my office and
Hmm.
these huge sticky notes. And sometimes I just walk back and forth and I'm
Hmm.
looking at it now, but I just stand and I look at it and I
Hmm.
think, okay, where am I on this list, right? Where
Mhm.
am I on the things I wrote? And sometimes I feel
Absolutely.
like, oh crap, I forgot all about that,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? And then I go back and think, okay, what do I need to work on now? Where am
Oh,
I?
yes. Mhm.
Stephanie
Trust
said,
the process.
yeah, yeah. Scripture says, write it down. Yep. You also have to speak it into existence and have
Mhm.
faith.
And have faith.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So, vision board parties,
Yes.
vision board. So, we talked about a vision board. We've talked
Mhm.
about vision. We've talked about vision board, a vision board. And now let's get to why a vision board party?
You
Why?
know what?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. Go ahead.
Why not come together? There's that quote, we talked about yesterday. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because we don't want to outdo one another.
Right.
And that's the nature of the beast. We
Right.
don't want to outdo one another. We have, and I say we collectively as human beings have been this way since we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's, siblings, oh, well, mom or dad, his is bigger than mine, but it's the same. You know what I mean?
Right.
And,
Right.
and, and so we can do more together and go far together than we
Yes.
can by ourselves. Now, I can
Absolutely.
say it was very hard for me to ask, and it wasn't asking for help, but putting myself in an uncomfortable position to network.
Mm-hmm.
Because it goes back to that trust issue that you just said. Well, can I trust this person? Can I
Yeah.
trust that person? Are they going to take this from me? Are they going to take that from me? It's not about having your name first, but hey, at the same time, I have to know that that's my intellectual property. Like, can I trust you with this?
Right. Right.
So, and I hope I didn't get off
No,
too
no,
far
no.
with the question, but I
No.
mean, we can do more together than we can by ourselves. We
Absolutely.
have to
Uh,
trust the process,
right.
not the results. We know the results are going to happen. We don't know what it's going to look like, but we also know that we have to trust the process.
Right. And I think it's like you said, and I'm trying to look at the comments
Yeah.
and listen. So I'm multitasking right now.
Well,
However, but go ahead.
and not cutting you off, I'm sorry. Brittany just stated inspiration and accountability.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think sometimes we're afraid to share.
Mhm.
So we have all the challenges
Mhm.
going on, right? We're afraid to fail. So
Mhm.
there's this fear of failure. There
Mhm.
is this fear of the unknown, um,
Exactly.
fear that it won't work. We've
Mhm.
never seen anyone
Mhm.
else do
Keep
it.
going.
Um,
Mhm.
you know,
Fear of the success of if it does work.
fear of the success of it.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
when it comes to vision board party,
Mhm.
here's to me where the rubber really meets the road.
Yeah.
Right? At a vision board party, that means everyone who is there is coming together to say,
Exact. Mhm.
we have vision,
Mhm.
we have
Yes.
goals.
Mhm.
Sometimes you may not even know how to get to a particular goal, but I can't remember. One of the comments was saying, it's in your circle.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's definitely in your circle.
It
So
is.
a vision board party is coming together with
Mhm.
like-minded individuals,
Mhm.
right?
It is.
And we don't all have to be in the same lane.
But you know
But
what? We showed up for the same event.
right.
Like
Which
we have the
says,
same road. The road that we are taking on the 23rd and on the 29th is
mm-hmm,
all the same. Whether
mm-hmm,
it's in Indiana, here at Evansville, or whether it's in Mississippi. That
mm-hmm.
is our road that we are all taking to we each of us have destinations to get to.
Right.
And it just depends. Some might get there quicker, some might get there a little bit faster, and some might there get slow, and some might have to take a detour and reroute and, figure some other things out. But that's what it's about. That is
Right.
truly what it's about. And I think we missed a statement or a question Carolyn had asked, and I'm sorry, it
No,
already
no, go back.
left, but I think something to the effect of, is it an assignment, or is it something like holding someone accountable? Yes, yes. Is it like holding each other accountable like assignment?
Hmm. And I would agree that yes, it is,
Hmm.
because when you when you and I think this goes right into what Stephanie is saying about, if you hang around millionaires, you will eventually become the sixth millionaire. So if you hang around people who are vision seekers
Hmm.
and who are goal pushers
Yes.
and who are looking to better themselves and who
Hmm.
are and who aren't afraid to be the first, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And who aren't afraid to um pull others along, as they're going.
That's right.
Number one, you get that accountability, and secondly, you learn. Fire starts fire. Fire starts fire. So
Hmm.
so let's just say, even if you even if you even if you come to the vision board party, or let's just say you're doing one at home, or just whatever. Man, maybe you're just writing down your vision and
Hmm.
you're writing down your goals in the privacy of your own home. Please get someone that can
Yes.
sharpen your tools, right?
Hmm.
Iron sharpens iron. So at least have someone that you can be accountable to when it comes to your vision.
Hmm.
Sometimes, a lot of times, even as I am thinking of different ventures and different products or what have
Hmm.
you, and Missy, I know sometimes you and we do this, but we can have an idea, and it may not be a complete idea. It may
Hmm.
not be, we may have a goal, but it doesn't mean you have steps A through Z
Exactly.
outlined with, okay, how exactly am I going to get
Hmm.
here? So even with us, talking back and forth,
Hmm.
I use my husband a lot. Sometimes we
Hmm.
use couple friends, we use
Hmm.
different people, I use different mentors, but being able to have people that can look beyond sometimes maybe what I know. Because
Yes.
if you're in a room with other people um
Hmm.
that you know have different talents
Hmm.
and walk in different lanes,
Yeah.
someone in the group may have the answer that you
Hmm.
didn't even know you needed.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. And communication is the key.
Right,
You
right,
have to communicate.
right. Miss Sharon, hey, how you doing? Happy New Year. She said it definitely comes
It
in
does come
parts.
apart.
So that is why we are encouraging you to get your, get your vision
Yes.
together. Get
Yeah.
your
Hmm.
goals together. Um, we are doing a vision board party. Melissa, you talk about the Evansville one.
Yeah. So the one in Evansville, can you believe it? It is actually going to be on the 23rd of January, that at the wind down, locally, of course, in Newburgh, Indiana, and we are excited about being able to be there. We are going to have a wonderful and fun and fantastic time. And
Yes.
really, you know what? We come to bring women together, like minded women together, to have a good time. And you know what? And I think Carolyn even stated that she's never done one before. And you know what,
Mhm.
Carolyn? I'm just going to say it. This could be a great time for you to come,
And
to
bring
come
your
out with
girlfriends.
women. Yes,
Yes.
to come bring your girlfriends, your next door neighbor, whatever the case may be, and come together, because we can do more together than we can apart. But
Right.
again, it's going to be at the wind down, 3 to 5, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. At the wind down in Newburgh. And I apologize, I do not know the address off the top of my head, but we are looking to have a wonderful time. And so we are going to supply everything for you ladies. The
Yes.
only thing is that we ask that you show up, and you show
So
up ready.
Yeah.
Keep you know what? Keep all the uncertainty outside because we're going to do this thing together.
Yeah. Hey, and even if you have some uncertainty, guess what? We have the mini rage room. So
Yes.
if you have some uncertainties, and I think that's what I really like about
Yeah.
this particular vision board party. Number one,
Mhm.
you have a certified life coach and a licensed mental health counselor, therapist that are at your disposal, right?
Mhm.
You don't get that everywhere.
No, you don't.
You really don't get both
Mhm.
the licensed therapist and the
Yeah.
licensed life coach
Yeah.
together, um giving of ourselves to
Absolutely.
help you, and we're not just helping you, but we're helping us,
Mhm.
right?
That's
Because
right.
even as we move forward with trashing different things, that we have as it relates to our goals, that includes all of us. It absolutely includes uh, all of us. Rhonda said it's 866 Ruffian Lane.
Get Ruffin Lane. Yes. Thank you, Rhonda, for that. Hey, Jamila,
Yes.
how are you? Happy New Year.
Carolyn said need them both.
Well, and you know what, Mel?
Absolutely.
And I think also, we're trashing that fear before we even start the vision board party.
Right, right.
And
So
that's what I love about it. We're
yes,
trashing it, and I shouldn't say the fear, but whatever their it is, that's what we're going to trash. Hey,
right.
Lanicia.
So listen, so even if you come with fears, even if your fear is, I don't know what I'm doing, you can write that down on
Yes.
your plate, and
Mhm.
you can smash that, you can trash that
Yeah.
concept, you can trash that stigma,
Mhm.
because we don't want to be June, July looking back at what we thought
Mhm.
in January and saying, "Oh, well,
Exactly.
I thought about doing this," or
Mhm.
"Oh, I thought about it,"
Mhm.
but then we didn't do anything to move forward
Exactly.
with the goals. Um,
You
so go ahead.
I'm sorry, Mel. It just hit me. The one thing that I love about creating a vision board, there's no instructions.
Right, right. We're gonna give you all the necessary tools.
Yes.
Um, and then you won't just have us, but you will also have the other women
Mhm.
in the room who were also there, with their wheels turning about their vision.
Yeah.
And you never know who you're going to encounter and who is going to inspire you. I have found, I've been more inspired within the last year and a half by other women probably than I ever have when it comes to just growing and networking with women.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
hey, if you are in Evansville, come on out. Come on out. Sharon, you are in Mississippi. Yes, you can come. It is going to be, so the one in Hattiesburg, in the MISSISSIPPI.
Where I've never been.
Yes, I'm excited about Missy going with me to the home state.
Yes.
So the one in Mississippi is going to be Saturday, January 29th at 3 p.m. and it's going to be at Nostalgia Lounge in Hattiesburg. It's a gorgeous venue, same as in Evansville. We have picked out some really nice venues for you guys. And in the same way in Hattiesburg, if you come and you have fears or you're saying like Geneva, I don't know what I'm doing,
Mhm.
hey, we got you.
We
We
got
got you.
you.
Because here's what you get with a licensed therapist and a licensed coach. You get
Yeah.
two people that can help you walk through it, right? And can help
Absolutely.
break down the steps
Mhm.
of how you go from vision and how you go to writing that down, and how you weed through the fears you have, and then how
Exactly.
you work towards those smart goals of,
Mhm.
all right, how can I strategically work through my goals this year,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
we're doing the same thing.
Mhm.
Listen, Sharon, bring your girlfriends, bring them on, child, bring them. I cannot wait. I'm so serious. I can't wait to be in Mississippi for this. Um, so yeah, we just wanted to hop on and
We
make sure
did.
that you know exactly what a vision board is,
Yes.
the importance of a vision board party,
Mhm.
and what it can bring for you.
Mhm.
Um, Go ahead, Miss.
Because you know what, having these parties, we are not going to have you, the participants, the ladies that are coming to do something that we're not going to do.
Right, right. So you're gonna
So
watch.
we have supplies ready. The
Yes.
only thing that we need is just you to come.
Yeah. And the same way you're gonna trash your fears, we're gonna
We're going to
smash some
trash
plates
ours.
too.
Absolutely.
Because we all have different goals. We all even have fears.
Mhm.
And so we are going to lay our fears out. We're going to trash those. And then we're going to walk through our vision and our goals for the year.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be in in Evansville on Sunday, January 23rd at the
Mhm.
Wind Down at 3
At
p.m.
the Wine Down in Newburgh, yes.
And then Saturday, January 29th in Hattiesburg, Mississippi
Mhm.
at Nostalgia Lounge. Okay. So our seating is very, very limited,
Yeah.
y'all. So please don't wait till the last minute.
Do not.
Please don't. Please,
Yes. We would
when
hate
you
to see
leave,
you miss out on the new you.
yes, yes. So when you leave this live, we need you to go ahead and go to the website, which is I think it's pinned at the top. Is www.trashedit.com. And you'll be able to see the locations for each of the two vision board parties, as well as how you purchase. And then um, you'll even get to see what all comes with it. You get
Mhm.
us, you get a trashed it shirt, you get quite a few things for
You
your
do.
money,
You do.
and
And
you
and
will meet some other women. Go ahead.
yes. And I was gonna say, girl, it just slipped my mind, and it was so good too, Mel. It just slipped my mind. Oh, it's an investment. And what we fail to realize, a lot of times we keep that word investment, we have it connected to money, which is true, right? But
Right,
the best thing that you can do is invest in yourself. I've
right,
done it and I understand, and you get a great return on your investment.
right, right. Right. Jamila said she was responding to Geneva. She said she don't know what she's doing either. Jamila, it's okay. Just that is why you come. That is why you come, because you will be surrounded by other women who are there. And it's like Tico said, even if you gotta come scared, come on, come anyway. Because I think if we've not learned anything else from the pandemic, life is short. We
Very.
only, we only get one. We only get one try
Mhm.
at life, and once it's over, it's done. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to leave this earth and not have done
Exactly.
everything that God intended for me
For
to
me
do.
to do. Hmm.
And
Hmm.
and without other women, other people who are going along the same way, I want to be surrounded by women who are going the same way,
Absolutely.
who are not afraid. And even when they are afraid, can say, I'm afraid, I need some help.
Hmm. Yes.
Right. So
Yeah.
Angel
Thank you.
said, "E3." Absolute Angel, listen, grab your girls and come on,
Yes.
because it's going to be a good time.
Hmm. Angel
And
has a crew. Grab the
yeah,
crew, girl.
yeah. Because
And hey to
this is
Tammy,
not the
Happy New
year.
Year.
Yeah, this is not the year that we want to spend with the coulda, shoulda, wouldas.
Hmm.
But if we never put anything down on paper and
Yeah.
strategically figure out how we're going to get there,
Hmm.
it won't happen.
That's
It
right.
won't happen. Oh yeah, and then I think we forgot to mention you even get a journal that we have designed ourselves to walk you through
Yeah.
your journey for the entire year. Where do you get all of that at your vision board party? I'm just saying.
Hey, Mel, you can't even get a gel mani and pedi for the amount that we're charging for this, that we have for this.
Right.
I mean, and you really can't. And again, and I'm not discounting, our self care of manis and pedis, and we all love them. But guess what? They only last for X amount of time.
Right.
What you're getting with us will last you not only for 2022, but throughout the duration of your time.
Right. Right. And so, even if you're on here and you've already purchased your tickets, don't be stingy. Tell your girlfriends. But seriously,
Yes.
we are absolutely almost at capacity for Evansville.
Mhm. Yeah,
So please don't wait until the last minute. Okay.
exactly.
So
And
I
thank you
think
to the ones that have just started the process of investing in themselves already.
right,
That was the hardest part, is doing it. The easy
right,
part comes after you do it, and that's getting it done.
right, right. All right. So I think that is it for us. Do we have
I
anything
think
else?
so. I
All
think
right.
so.
So
Happy New Year to everyone.
happy New Year's. And if you are in the Evansville area, Indianapolis, and you want to take a road trip, or if you are in Mississippi in the Hattiesburg area, or Meridian, Jackson, and you want to take a road trip, we want to see you
We want to
in
see you in the
January.
spot.
All right. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.